Hi, I'm Dan Hatchman and this is my adventure tour guide application. So there are two main reasons that I'd like to be a tour guide. The first is, for me, it's my love of the outdoors and just passion for the environment and getting out in and amongst it and having great adventures. So I spent the last 4 years cooped up inside doing an environmental and chemical engineering degree, and it would be an absolute pleasure just to get back out in amongst it and work in nature. And the second reason is that I want to bring my passions to other people. It really puts a smile on their faces. And I had a similar experience in the past with tutoring. So a lot of the students were really struggling to enjoy or get anything from their maths, and I just tried to make it a better experience for them so it would stick with them. Kangaroo Island is a just beautiful place with its rugged landscapes and amazing wildlife and biodiversity. So it's just a great experience for me to be able to live there and get in and amongst it. Also, I'm an avid surfer. I really love surfing, and I've thought about becoming a professional surfer, but I really just want to get down there and get in amongst that Southern Ocean swell. Just really consistent, beautiful waves in a beautiful place. This job is just really a perfect match for me. It takes my passion for the environment, getting out and into the outdoors, and action adventure, and sharing that all with people in one big mix. It's just a perfect blend. It's just what I love to do in my free time, and it would be an amazing job. Particularly, I have good experience in kayaking. I love kayaking. Been on a bunch of good kayaking trips. I'm actually going to one next week in New Zealand, which is going to be amazing. I have a love for mountain bikes, and I'll show you my collection in a second. I have been on some motocross bikes, but never quad bikes, but I did take them to like a duck to water. It's great fun. And yeah, the mountain bikes, the sandboards. Yes, I've given that a go and I love them. They're so fast and fun, and yeah, it looks like a lot of beginners have a bit of trouble, but I love them. This is my collection of bikes, which I absolutely love to bits, and I self-mechanic them, do all the mechanicking. And this one here I built from the frame up, so it's a beautiful retro road bike. First and foremost, I'm going to bring passion and excitement and love of outdoor activities, and mix that all in with good customer service, which I learned from managing my own tutoring business, which as you can imagine, the mums were sometimes hard to please customers, but I think I pulled it off pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with that. As I've spent the last 4 years working as a chemical environmental engineer, I have the ability to solve complex problems, and I have great time management skills and work really hard. I also make a good contribution to a highly productive work environment. So I do have a manual license and forward driving experience, and I always drive cautiously because regardless of what people think, driving is one of the most dangerous activities we do in a day. So yeah, if you can minimize the risk of going home in an ambulance or not going home at all, that's a great thing. Lastly, I'm a highly passionate individual, so I'll bring you a lot of passion, I'll bring you a lot of smiles and a lot of good times for the customers. Additionally, I'll bring my guiding skills, which have all been voluntary so far, but notably I've guided my mates on a walking trip Mount Morton Island. I've done countless road bike tours that I've organised. I've organised a bunch of kayaking tours. I have the kayaks up here. I have organised also a bunch of mountain bike tours, trips in the tinny, fishing trips, you name it, I've organised it. So I see life a bit like a journey. My future's a bit undetermined at the moment, but regardless of that, I can't see myself living anywhere that isn't just a beautiful place near the ocean and yeah, getting some ripple waves. It's gonna be good.